All right, so this is an easy reggae groove, and there's a bunch of different variations on reggae, but this is like the simplest version. This groove you'll hear in tunes like Is This Love by Bob Marley or Legalize It by Peter Tosh. And so I'm going to break this thing down for you. It's actually a pretty simple groove, but one of the things that's weird about or different about a reggae groove is where the bass drum lies. And the bass drum actually happens on the reverse, right? Basically on the flip. So you'll notice I was playing on the hi-hat. We actually didn't play on one because really the essence of reggae is the drums are emulating the guitar, which are going bop, 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 bop. So you can hear on the hi-hat I'm playing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. Now the bass drum is the next part, and I'm going to actually play that before I add the snare drum in. And the reason is the bass drum you want to put on 2 and 4. In rock music, we always put the bass drum on 1 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. But in this case, we're flipping this thing around. Basically, it's rock basically kind of like turned upside down. So we're going to play 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I was just playing that a number of times to kind of get used to that bass drum being on the upbeat. One more time. 2, ready and play, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now the last thing to kind of put the icing on the cake is you're going to actually do a cross stick on the snare, right? And what you're going to do is you want to be about 1 inch, right, just a few centimeters from the edge, right, which is going to give this nice crisp click sound. If you're too close to the edge, you lose some of the tone. If you're too close to the center, you end up with too low of a sound. But the bass drum combined with the snare drum gives it this beautiful sound, right? This nice rich sound. And so when we're putting that in, let's just play the hi-hat and the snare. It goes 1 and go and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You probably noticed that the bass drum and the snare drum are actually played together, which is kind of cool. Makes it a little bit easy. So let's play that all together now. Here we go. A 1 and 2 and ready and play, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now on top of that, there's all sorts of little variations you can add to kind of elevate this, right? Adding little syncopated things. A 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, as the music basically calls for it. And that is how you play an easy reggae groove.